AI and AI Meets Numeracy, designing a numeracy for teaching unit to support transition into tertiary mathematics. So over to you, Linda.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you for inviting me. It's quite nice to be here and talking about AI Meets Numeracy. So I've been working for ACU for 2 years now, part of Centre for Education and Innovation. And the work that I want to talk about today is collaboration with the School of Education and Art, particularly at the Stratfield. We're still kind of working on it, but I think I've got tangible, at least, unit to start with, and and I can give you some ideas what's the next step and what the plan is. So I'm going to start with sharing my screen and going through the file. All right. So problem solving, I don't think I need to kind of say, well, we've been complaining about it for quite a while. Hey, students don't know how to solve the problems. Problem solving is pretty difficult. And all the issues around problem solving. And I've been quite into it before even prior to join ACU.
Can you make the slides full screen, please? Because it's a bit small for us in the room. So just F5 or...
Would it better?
Put it in presentation mode, so...
Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah. Is
that better now?
Yeah, much better, thank you.
Good. So, as I said, I've been working on these problem-solving skills prior to join ACU, mainly through my work at Banihashemi, which is my own initiative. So I've been mainly focusing on creative, critical thinking, mathematical mindset, tackling challenges, and I love web apps, and that's prior to AI stuff. And then also quite into engagement and edutainment has been one of my favorite, and blend strategy. So after 7 or 8 years of creating content and focusing particularly on online learning and also working face-to-face with the students, I realized that it's not this versus that. We need a hybrid approach because we can't deny the role of educators and face-to-face kind of learning, teaching, plus online stuff. So that's been me, kind of that bit of background, and so meaningful questions that that I've been asking myself, or so I thought is nice to talk about. Is basically, how do we solve problems? Do we know strategies? Do we rely on strategies or random questions for solving problems? Can maths problem-solving strategies apply to real-life challenges or not? And what matters more, the correct answer or understanding the process? And does learning maths change how we solve problems in daily life or not? So these are kind of being quite interesting questions that I've been asking myself. And so problem solving, why is difficult? I think previous speakers, they talked about it, and all of you guys in the space of maths education know why it's difficult. And also it's kind of, when it's come to particularly maths, low students' engagement is an issue. Then it's come even to using tools like AI. How do you trust the answers, and are you able to judge the answers you get from AI or not? And these are kind of challenges that we need to contribute to it. In terms of solving them and come up with a method or a work or a unit, whatever you call it. At ACU, it's been a trend of creating agents using Cogniti, and I've been, in the showcase looking at different presentations, and people come and talk about their agents, and I normally kind of design it in a way that is kind of like a tutor, and then the students can engage with it. And I think, yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. And I've been using GPT Pro now for 3 years. I know that it's been way better than before, but also it has its own problems, as you may know. It's not just GPT, right? We have other AI tools as well around, like, Gemini or heaps of other ones that they've just been bombarding us every day. But the main questions I've been interested in is basically, is still learning matters, and particularly my particular interest has been around School of Education and Art and pre-service teachers, because these people, right, these people need to actually learn these topics, mathematical topics, because they need to teach it later on, right? So we kind of particularly started working with these pre-service teachers, and also in terms of mathematical concept understanding. And I know they use AI, right? And whether they have, but the question is whether they have a right mindset, or are they able to actually judge the answers? So is learning kind of applied there or not? Do they actually need to have a deep understanding of topic before actually jumping in and say solve this or solve that? So for me, process matters, thinking matters, learning matters, and these guys in particular need to be really good at, because later on they need to go to the classroom and then get challenged by other students, right? So last year we finalized a grant that is basically just for problem solving strategies integrated with AI. It's not just AI itself, it's just AI is just part of it. Mainly problem solving strategies. So we target 13 problem solving strategies. And also we've been kind of quite interested in also using web apps, videos to explain the topic, H5P activities to kind of make it fun and engaging. And also we focused on pre-service teachers and kind of created content that is relevant to these students. And at the end, I ended up also matching the content with LANTITE numeracy content. I mean, that's the only reason I matched them is because I know that they need to pass the test. And when there is a test, then these students need to actually take it seriously. So we got the grant, and also I had collaborators from School of Education and Art, like Karen, and I've been working with the head of the School of Education, and also deputy head, LANTITE head at ACU. So I've been working a lot last year, to be honest. But the result of it, these are just mainly, what we wanted to get, basically improving problem solving techniques for students and teach them how you can solve a problem and implement it basically on different sorts of problems that is relevant to these pre-service teachers. So I wanted to show you a demo of how this unit looks like now. So I need to get out of this presentation mode and go to Canvas. Sorry, I just been there, but I just came out of it. All right, so we ended up creating this unit, which is called Numeracy-for-Teaching, and this is the team behind this project. I'm leading the project. LANTITE is also from ACU. She's educational students doing master. She's done the content development. Karen McDade is the co-designer and advisor. Guido is the head of academic skill unit, and Christian is also my advisor in terms of the research component of this project. So if you look at actually the modules, we basically cover really basics. So starting from fractions all the way to decimals, and then ratio rates, proportions, algebraic thinking and reasoning, geometry and measurements, and stats and probability. Every single page here has, so the structure is going to be, pretty much similar across all these pages. So we include a video explaining what is basic fraction, and then they have a web app to play around with, so they can actually look at, what is a fraction and play around with it. Practice questions is basically H5P activities. They can practice the question related to fraction. This is the problem solving toolkit. So basically we started from, as I said, a question that is related to this particular type of students. I mean pre-service teachers. And then, so strategies is based on a Polya problem-solving framework. So when a numeracy type questions is given, let's say the basic ones, so divide this chocolate between friends, and then you start with understanding the problems. So that's the main thing to start with. And then, and it's all H5P, they can pick it, like which one they actually, what does it mean actually, what this question wants. And then we try the technique, right? For example, here we're talking about drawing a diagram as a method to solve this particular kind of problem. And then they can check it up, and then they put their answers there and then finalize it. And then at the end, we explain draw a diagram is useful for what kind of problem and how you can do that. And at the end, they finish it off with a problem solving question, again, using this particular technique. So aim for me, the goals of this basically unit is really covering all the basics that, believe it or not, these students really struggle with. I mean, I have face-to-face consultation sessions with these pre-service teachers. They come along and without actually knowing that much about even basic fractions. And these are the students who will go to classroom later, teaching kids how to do fractions, and they still struggle with those ones. So we really kind of try to address all these sort of problems by sort of creating this content that is fun, also, informative. Now, about the AI parts, I've been thinking about it quite a bit. So at the end, I designed a module for problem solving with AI. Now, so I know that as the students, they just open this, whatever agent is it an agent, or is it just GPT, or is it like Copilot, whatever it is. They just put the question there, they say, give me the answer, right? They may not even care about, how it got solved. So what I ended up doing was to pick a question that even challenges AI. And that question is open-ended question. What I mean is that is a question that there are multiple answers to it. Different strategies could be used to solve it. And that's the time that you basically get the students to think, because even that will challenge the AI as well. And if you don't know techniques, and then you sort of need to think about it. So if this is not the only answer I get, so would it be any other possible answers, and how I can get other sorts of answers for this particular kind of question. So we ended up kind of finding this type of questions, open-ended questions, for example. And then, for example, I can show you one of those ones. So, for example, here, calculate the sum of. Probably this one. I will pick another one that is. I think was probability was kind of more interesting ones that I kind of liked it. So this is, for example, one of probability type questions, and so we give it to them. We know that there are many combinations for these particular kind of questions, and then we ask them to solve it. So, whatever method they apply, they just put the answers in. Then co-solve with AI, basically, I even give them prompt, right? Try this, ask for hint, again, try these ones. Because I know that, if they change the strategy and they know how to change it because of going through all these modules of getting to know different strategies, then the expectation is that you know at least 10 methods now, and you can play around with it. And then you submit the answers you get by kind of co-solving with AI and eventually evaluate. So comparing what you get from AI versus what you originally thought about that particular kind of question. So that's how I ended up integrating this co-solving with AI, because for me, as you guys also mentioned, really the answer, not that it doesn't matter really, but I'm kind of more interested in how you get that answer and what's your logic and why you should know what you're doing. And the fact that you give them open-ended questions and the answers are different, right? And methods could be different. So that could be a challenging point. And I mean, time to think about it and which one you will go with. And so that's the module. That's the unit pretty much. As part of the grant, I am expected to share it across different organizations who are interested in this problem-solving skills. And if they have particularly education students who need to pass LANTITE, I think that would be quite useful for them. So open to collaboration. Also, a research component of this, something that that's gonna hopefully starts in March or later this year. I'm planning to launch it mid-March. And I would like to say that because of this work, we ended up getting approval for launching a LANTITE Center, Numeracy, particular focus on numeracy, at Stratfield as a trial for the first time in March. So that's a lot going on, and I would like to launch it, this unit, get the students to enroll, and then running mini workshops aligned with the units, because I think face-to-face collaboration, teaching, learning does matter. And I don't want to leave the students by themselves. This unit, just go and do it. I like to sort of, keep track of everything. And I think that we're going to make it ready to the research aspect of this project, which is about comparing the performance of the students before and after this project, basically. And that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. So I hope I didn't talk